When I was going through school, picking up things quickly was never really my thing. I've always worked hard so I was able to get through classes and ultimately get good grades, but fully grasping concepts always felt like it was taking me a lot longer than it should have, and definitely longer than other people in my peer group. And it wasn't really until I started working full time that I learned out of necessity how to grasp concepts more quickly and how to be much more efficient with building a skill set and learning new things. And if you're watching this channel, I'm assuming you're trying to learn about real estate investing, real estate financial modeling, or just real estate investment analysis in general, all of which can be daunting subjects if you're just starting from scratch. So to make this much less of a trial and error process for you, whether you're in school trying to make a career switch or just figuring it out in a new commercial real estate role, in this video, we'll break down 3 things you can do to learn faster and accelerate your learning curve if you're trying to build your real estate financial modeling and analysis skill set today. Hey, this is Justin from BreakIntoCRE.com, and if you're new here on this channel, we talk about real estate investing careers and real estate investment analysis. So if you're looking to break into the industry or do your first or next commercial real estate deal, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll catch any new videos as soon as they're released. So when I say I learned how to learn faster by necessity, I mean it. In the beginning of my career, I was very much in a few sink or swim scenarios where I was responsible for doing a lot of things that I had no experience doing before. And because of that, I had to work really quickly to learn to make sure that I was getting things right and also to make sure that I was being as efficient with my time as I could possibly be. In some of the roles that I've had in the past, learning a new skill quickly could mean the difference between going home at 7 p.m. versus going home at 10 p.m. So figuring things out quickly became a necessity in order to get everything done and still have some sort of a life outside of work. And through this process for myself, I developed some sort of a framework to learn things quickly, and this is the framework that I use in Break Into CRE courses and what I want to walk you through in today's video. So if you're looking to learn real estate financial modeling and analysis and looking to learn these things quickly and efficiently, these are the 3 things I'd recommend you do to make that happen. So first, the number 1 step in this process is to start simple and then build from there. So there's a reason why algebra isn't taught to first graders, and that reason is because they don't have the foundational knowledge around basic mathematical concepts they would need to know in order for algebra to even begin to make sense. And the same thing is true for learning real estate investment analysis and financial modeling. If you don't really understand what an internal rate of return is or what it's telling you, learning how to partition an IRR between operations and sale proceeds or how to sensitize an IRR based on rent growth and an exit cap rate isn't going to make much sense to you, and it's just going to get you frustrated and even more confused by trying to take those steps too early. The key here is to start with the basics and to not move on from those basics until you really fundamentally understand those concepts. In real estate financial modeling specifically, there are a few major investment metrics and Excel functions that are used over and over again when you're building models and analyzing deals. So taking the time up front to really drill in on these concepts and to understand how they work is going to set you up for success in everything else you work on in real estate financial modeling in general. So starting out by focusing on things like the property cash flow statement and how it's structured, the key real estate financial modeling investment metrics that are commonly used in the industry to analyze deals, and the most commonly used real estate financial modeling functions and Excel shortcuts to build models more quickly will go a long way in making everything else much easier as your knowledge grows and you start to dive into more advanced material. A very clear pattern that I've noticed among students in Break Into CRE courses and Break Into CRE Academy members who have a solid understanding of the foundational concepts that are taught in the program is that they went through the foundational coursework more than one time to make sure that they fully understood the material before moving on. The second time around takes a lot of the pressure off, you know what to look for if things get fuzzy, and you can draw your attention to things you might have initially missed to help you fill in the gaps that you may not have seen the first time around. Just like if you were learning to play golf, you wouldn't want to practice the wrong swing and drill that into your muscle memory without getting the basics of your swing correct first, and real estate financial modeling and analysis is no different. So before anything else, make sure you have the foundations down first and only then move into more advanced material once you have the basics covered. Now, aside from starting with the fundamentals, once you feel comfortable with the core concepts of real estate finance and financial modeling, the second step of this framework is to start practicing what you're learning and to progressively take off the training wheels over time. In the education world, there's a concept called scaffolding, which essentially refers to a teaching technique that involves moving students progressively through learning a concept by starting with the basics and supporting those students in learning the basics, and then over time reducing that support to let those students practice those skill sets on their own. And in the Break into CRE coursework, this is exactly what we do. And in many courses, we'll work through practice exercises or full model build-outs together. And then you have the opportunity to solve the same or similar problem sets or work through those modeling exercises on your own. So building out a model with all of the answers in front of you is helpful when you're first learning and first being exposed to the information, but there's another level of understanding that comes into play when you take those training wheels off and try to solve problems on your own. When this happens, you're forced to apply both the concepts and skill sets you've learned in coursework, and you're also focused to use your own critical thinking skills to creatively solve the problem ahead of you for the unique scenario that you're analyzing. There's a saying that necessity is the mother of invention, but I would also say that necessity is the driver of true learning, because it's easy to sit back and watch someone else do something and take notes, but not nearly as easy to use your own critical thinking skills and apply textbook concepts to real life scenarios. And speaking of real life scenarios, once you have the basics down and you've progressively built your skill set and you're practicing what you've learned, the final step of this process is to apply what you're learning in real life real estate scenarios. So if you're in college or graduate school right now and you're looking to break into the industry, this could mean landing an internship or even job shadowing where you're able to put into context the things that you're learning in school or in a program like Break into CRE Academy. And if you're working in the industry right now and trying to make a switch to another part of the business within your organization or within another firm, this could mean working through your company's acquisition or asset management models to really understand how they function and how they're put together to analyze deals or track investment performance. And if you don't fall into either of those two categories right now, this could just mean starting to underwrite live property listings online and running your own analyses to apply what you're learning to something tangible that takes your analysis out of just Excel and brings it into real life. When I was first breaking into the industry, every experienced real estate professional I met with told me that I needed reps. And what they meant by that is that I needed experience or repetitions underwriting and analyzing deals to really get the hang of what I was doing and master investment analysis. A big reason why I often advocate for high transaction volume roles when you first break into the industry is because reps are actually built in to these positions where you're analyzing multiple deals at a time and again, drinking from a fire hose from an experienced perspective. The more you can put what you're learning into real life scenarios and context, the more quickly things are going to click and sink in, and the faster the analysis process will start to become second nature as you work on more and more deals. So overall, if you're trying to learn real estate financial modeling and analysis and looking to make your learning process faster and more efficient, the general framework I've found most helpful for myself and my students is to start simple and master the basics, gradually take the training wheels off as you continue to practice and hone your skill set, and then apply what you've learned to real life scenarios to bring these concepts to life. And if you can do these three things, you're going to give yourself the best shot of learning real estate financial modeling and analysis quickly and efficiently, and you're going to avoid a lot of the headache that I went through personally during this process. And as I mentioned throughout this video, I created Break into CRE courses and Break into CRE Academy in general with this framework in mind to make the learning process as easy, simple, and efficient as possible. So if you're looking to learn the building blocks of real estate financial modeling, or you need some additional reps to take your skill set to the next level, feel free to check out any of the individual Break into CRE courses that are linked below. And if you want instant access to all Break into CRE courses, all models, and some additional one-on-one career support from me, check out the full Break into CRE Academy program, and I'll link that in the description as well. So I hope that was helpful. If you use any other learning strategies or hacks that I didn't cover in this video, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the like button on the video to let me know and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content as soon as it's released. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful in building your real estate financial modeling skill set, and I'll see you in the next video.